Field, frame 11 of a possible 19. Ronnie will be ensuring, I think, from his point of view, that we don't get to 19. He needs 2 more for a place in the second round, but my goodness, that white off the break-off shot was very close to that corner pocket.
Well, just as well it hit the corner pocket, because it would have been down this end of the table. He was very lucky there to get. There was another way getting the white to the back cushion, I suppose. That was an awful break-off shot. It's the worst one I've seen for some time. Didn't get enough side on the white. He always tried to come inside the blue, and he was miles outside it. Good shot from Dave, though. He's going to put the disappointment of losing that first frame behind him.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, Ronnie's a tall lad, and yet he's dwarfed by Jan Verhaas, isn't he? Oh, that was a thin one.
Great shot. Oh, look at that. That's top draw. 2 shots there from both players. Top draw. He looks nice and relaxed, Ronnie. It's a good sign. He's here to play. That's why it's absolutely pinged off the cushion there. It's caught a hard spot. Ronnie just made a comment on it. It's not too bad though. Sometimes we get that actually. I mean, it's the under table heaters, the lights overhead as well are quite hot, and the rubber can warm up slightly. You get those little spots. It just comes off twice as fast as it goes on. Well, frustrating and annoying when you're around the black spot and that, and you think you've played a perfect shot, and to find that the white's gone into a different position. I think Dave's going for this red here to the left corner. Too thin. Oh, he's pushed one over the corner. Good shot.
Thanks. 1.
The thing is, when you're playing Ronnie, Mike, he tends to bully you a little bit, you know, and he puts you immediately on the back foot under pressure. And you're thinking, oh, well, if I miss this, it's not a question of what you get; it's a question of what you're going to leave. It's a psychological thing. You can't think like that when you play him, but unfortunately, a lot of players do. Immediately puts you on the back foot.
5. 6.
Yes, when he first burst on the scene, at the time, we were playing all of the qualifiers for all of the tournaments in one big lodge in Blackpool at Norbreck, do you remember?
Yep.
And Ronnie turned pro, and he had to play something like, was it 30 odd or even 40 odd, I think?
No, he won. No, more than that.
How many was
he
it?
won 72 out of 74 matches.
It was an extraordinary record, playing qualifiers for all the ranking tournaments that we had that season.
He was there, his first season, he was there for about 3 months. Some stamina. He lost 2 out of the 74 with allowing those. Incredible. And of course, within 3 seasons, I think it was it 4? He got to world number 1.
$11.
74 matches, 72 out of 74. Unbelievable. That's like the world final used to be, best of 147. Played over about 2 weeks. But that was when, of course, it was a challenge basis rather than a championship basis.
16.
Was that back in the 40s, was it something like mid-40s, early 50s? Joe Davis days.
17. Come on.
Yeah, it's not long after the war. The main venue was in London, in the hall in Leicester Square, and it was the days of towards the end of Joe Davis's career, when his brother Fred was coming to the fore. And Fred once won the title in 1948 to beat Walter Donaldson in the final. And there were semi-finals, I think. I think there were about 3 or 4 players taking part, and he won the final 84-61.
25.
Well, look at that. 1927, Camkins Hall, Birmingham. Joe Davis was the winner against Tom Dennis, 20 frames to 11. Guess what the first prize was? £6, 10 shillings.
Hey, that was a lot of money in 1927.
32.
Boy.
Yeah, I think the game's moved on slightly.
33.
It was about 3 weeks' wages, that.
What's shillings, Mike, anyway?
Ho, ho, ho.
40.
Even as recently as 1972, when Alex Higgins burst on the scene and won the title for the first time. Alex only won 400 quid, you know. And he beat John Spencer at the Selly Park
41.
British Legion in Birmingham. 200,000 possibly in Ronnie's pocket come Monday, May the 1st. We shall see.
Yes, that was the one I went to actually. Bellevue, Manchester, 1974, when Ray Reardon beat Graham Miles and first experience of the World Championship. I was a young kid then. What was I then? 14 then. My friend of mine, good friend of mine, God bless his soul, not no longer with us, Cliff Ayres, he took me on board when I was a youngster into professional status. And he took me to my first World Championship in Manchester that year. I saw Ray Reardon in the final against Graham Miles. And of course Ray Reardon called, as we know, called Dracula. He was well up in the first session of that match, Ray Reardon, and he came out. You cannot believe this, Mike. He came out.
I saw it.
Well, he came out with a cape, and he had a cue case the shape of a coffin.
Yes.
And he just unlocked this cue case with a light in it. Took the cue out. Well, he's done Graham's head in straight away.
He had this big flowing cape.
Yep. And
he
the
had the whole
teeth.
bit, the teeth.
He had the teeth on, and this cue case with this cue in it, the shape of a coffin. I couldn't believe it.
53.
Graham said to me afterwards, because I knew Graham quite well in those days, I was reporting on snooker in those days, and
54.
Graham said afterwards, he did me. Before I started, he did me.
Completely done his head in. What a showman Mr. Reardon was.
Indeed he was.
What a player Mr. Reardon was. And of course we've known him to be in Ronnie's camp on occasion. I'm not sure whether he's here this week.
61.
Haven't seen him yet. Perhaps a call might be made, but we shall see. In
62.
the meantime, Ronnie's on a 62 here. He's doing the business again.
could this be yet another century?
69.
He's already had 2 in this match, including that new
70.
high of the week of 139 in frame 5. Well, this is clearly Ronnie's 9th frame of the 10 he needs to get across the finishing line.
78.
Can he finish with a century? Well, Dave missed that red to the corner, and the rest is history, as we say. Especially with this man, if he's playing well.
85.
Well, we always knew it was going to be tough for Dave to stay in this match here this morning.
86.
And Ronnie is doing the business. Just one difficult red, as you might well have seen on the left-hand cushion. Sorry, right-hand cushion, beg your pardon. Which Ronnie might be able to get in behind to just roll it into the green
93.
pocket, or will he try and develop it? We shall see in a moment.
94.
Well, he might not need that red for the century, because if he takes pink or black, he's there. The frame obviously long since secure. There it is.
Well, that was a great pot, tucked under the side cushion. This one will be even better, and left-handed.
Well,
Ronnie
it's always going to be a bit
100
difficult,
and the frame.
but 100 and the frame means that he now needs only one more for a place in the second round. That's the 12th century that we've seen so far this week, and it's Ronnie's 3rd. He now leads 9 frames to 2.